So this is going to be kind of tricky for me because, oh, there we go. Boy, that would have been very tricky for me. So I am moving my little patterns and my things out of the way. I don't want to distract. So I do have my dolls here on the side. And what I'm going to do in this live stream is I'm going to make It's a Date using this very beautiful pink and pink on pink polka dot. It's a little bit larger than the vintage original, but we were not going to intend to make it as a exact copy. So with that, you know, kind of relieves me. We're not going to be making an exact copy. So I am also making time for more people to come on board. And as I do that, I'm moving my dolls and adjusting my little, my little skipper just fell right now when I moved Francie. So I'm just doing a little bit of fussing around and moving things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design the top. I'm going to make my own pattern, getting my trusty pencil here because I don't want to put marker on my doll's body. So it's I'm sorry, I just got something in my eye, and I made me coffee so that I have plenty of energy. I'm just like you know, I was kind of like adjusting my eyes, kind of like moving it just to get like dust or if anything I picked up right now. So I have the picture of It's a Date, so I know what the length is, so on and so forth. So I am not sure. I wonder if I even have that dress. Where is my Francie? Where is my Francie? Oh, it's right here. I have the Francie case. So let's see if I even have the dress in there. Yeah, let me see. There's the Francie case. That's what I'm going to be making. It looks yellow, but in the pictures, what I saw is I saw it white. So let's see. What do I have in here? I have all my Francie stuff in here. Here, Francie, some custom clothes that I have not listed yet, as you can see here. And this one I'm not even finished, so that's what I'm working on. And here's another one with a very pretty nylon. So I don't have it. I think what I was doing is I was referring to this one that I might have had it. So I do have another place to look. So let's look right now. I should have done this before, but I have one more place to see in another case that I have. So I'm going to be doing off the camera because it takes time to put it right there. So I'm just going really, really quick and I don't see it. So I have some vintage originals here that I put away in a Barbie case. So it is not there. So I am moving this. Ooh, that's nasty. I am moving this along. And I don't know if the sleeves are sewn in there or if it's like one long sleeve for her. So I am looking at my notebook where I do my patterns. So I'm looking for a open page, and here we go. So this is how I do it. So I am going to make the sleeve. I think it would be the easiest thing to do. So let's get started. So as I do a pattern, this is what I do. And hopefully, yeah, you can see everything here. And I mark exactly where the armpit is at so that I know. And from here, I am going to design the pattern. And also, so that I know in the picture, let's see here. It was a little bit below the knee, I remember. So here is the knee. So I guess I'll like right around here. So there is my design. We're going to move Francie along. And let me see the picture. In the picture, the polka dot is like a little bit below the bust. So I'm going to do it like around over here. And do the design for that here. So right now we're doing the design. So I'm going to design it like this. So this is the arm, and I'm going to do it like so. So this is the halfway point. So we are going really quickly designing, and I'm getting tissue paper from a living skipper that I just got. So here we go. Sorry if my fingers are a little bit dirty. I was in my sewing studio moving boxes, so I didn't look to clean my nails. So, and I'm already live, so we're just gonna go do this. So this is the halfway point, and from over here I'm going to design the back, and I am going to design the sleeve. So here is her wrist right here. So I am going to take that much. And I know that it is kind of foreign for some people. So I am going to... So that would be like the sleeve right there. So what I am going to do is do that little swirl there. This is going to have to be the halfway because I don't have enough over here. So I'm doing it really close to the edge. When I sew this, it's going to be like this, and so I'm going to fold the pattern. I want it to be kind of slender, so I'm going to be referring back and forth. So now it's time to cut the pattern and cut the fabric, and then I am going to bring the vinyl. So when I do the top, then I will design the collar, and I'm going to design the cuff. So if you're thinking you don't know how this is going to turn out, it's okay, because I'm thinking the same thing. When I do this, I don't know how it's going to turn out. So I have another Francie here. So this is the halfway point, and it needs to be a little bit longer. Oh no. Well, it's going to fold out. So that's about right, because it needs to fold. Oops. Did you hear that? I just ripped it. So we'll see how that works out. And I didn't rip it. Look, this is where I ripped it. It didn't get ripped over here. So I'm going to fold this. This is going to be the front. These are my bad scissors. I've had them for a while. And I do give myself a little bit more room here, because I don't know if it's going to be enough. So I'm going to get my... Oh my goodness, I'm going to move this because I am ripping my tissue, my precious tissue. So I'm going to see if this is going to be enough. And what I mean by enough is right over here. So just barely. So I needed this because when I do the doll, it's flat. And when I put it on her, I have to deal with this girth over here. So now for the back. And then I'm going to stop and work out the, the, the skirt. So I'm going to put over here Francie. It's a date because if I don't do this, I won't know. Oh, I'm moving my ring to my other finger right now. Let me see. I just ripped this, so hopefully this is going to be enough. Oh yeah, it's enough. So I need this much more for the back. So let's do this and get started with the sewing. I know that you came here for the sewing, but for those that want to know, I don't buy patterns. I look at the picture, and as you see here, I design it. And then after I do the first, you know, we're going to see what it looks like. And then I adjust it. And then I put it on my steno, my drawing paper. I have two already, two used up, filled up drawing paper of my doll patterns because sometimes they get lost or misplaced. And if that happens, I have my my drawing board, actually, my paper board. So I'm going to put this away and start with the cutting and start with the sewing. So the top is polka dot. I'm going to move this along, move this to the side for now. And now we are starting with the fun part. And this is all I have of this fabric. When I bought it, it's barely, I don't know, it's barely like 9 inches. So it's a very beautiful Kona cotton. So this is, oh, here's the name if you're interested. That's the name of it. Four Seasons. Oh, it's a David textile. I love that. So I love that maker. So I need a little bit more. And now we are starting with the cutting and sewing. So let's see here. So this is probably going to take about an hour to an hour and a half. And the reason is because we're going to be going back and forth. I do not have the pattern as you saw. And so that is the reason why we're going to be going back and forth. So moving all my scissors. These are all my bat scissors that I use for paper, for tape, for other things like vinyl. So anything that saves my cutting scissors so that they can be doing the cutting. You can really hear the cutting here. It is really thick. So, for those that are here with me, thank you for being with me on this live stream, Super Bowl Sunday. I am not a fanatic of sports, and that is the reason why I am doing this, and hopefully giving people like myself a little safe haven, something to see. So if you are here, welcome. Oh, my nails are a mess. Let me just do a little bit of my cleaning with my thread ripper. I was like I said, I was in my sewing studio and I was moving a lot of boxes. Those boxes and bags. I was moving bags too. Had dust and The outside ones had major dust, as like, just imagine an attic. So that's where I have a lot of my stuff. So there, I cleaned it a little bit, so I apologize for that. Okay. Okay, so this is the back. So soon after I do this, I am going to be designing the collar and putting on the, let me see if I have enough here. It's going to have to be from here. So if you remember when I put it on Francie, it seemed kind of short, but I am going to be adding the, so it's kind of crooked here. Oh, I'm going to make it a little bit longer. You hear that? It's really thick, so. And I am adjusting my own pattern as I'm doing it. So this one's better. The one that I cut has more of a shape. And from here, I am going to continue and do the other one. So it seems kind of big, but we'll see. I am going to probably be giving her a little gather along the top. All right, there we go. So I'm going to put down in drawing. I'm going to be putting down the patterns. So after this, if it does not work out, I am going to adjust it. Okay, so that's the sleeve. And I'm going to do the back here. So that's just the back. And now I'm going to do the front. Put the front right here. Oops. My pencil. I am literally doing this on fumes. Look at that. So I did it though. It's a very old pencil. I sharpened it up, and usually when you have old pencils, they break. So I'm going to move this, get me a drink of coffee, and start sewing. All right. So this is the position that you normally get to see. And I have the stitch rather, it's rather loose, just in case I need to take this apart, because this is my very first time doing the pattern, so I give myself that extra help by keeping the stitch loose, and I am doing the needle. So after this, I am going to get dinner started. I only had peanut butter bread, not even toast, just peanut butter bread and coffee. Oops. So you can see that the stitch is rather loose. And let's try this on Francie and see what it looks like. You get to see with me the design. So that's right there in the middle. By the time I sew this, it's going to be right around here. And it is tight, like remember when I showed you with the paper? So that looks good. So since my stitch is very loose, I am going to kind of stitch this. And sorry about that, the camera is really close. Let me do the other one. And you saw that the neck is really, really close. But that's okay. We're going to put the vinyl collar. And I'm going to use all that fabric, all this neck fabric to help me so that we can do the fold. Oops, that was down there. There we go. All that little fabric. This is exciting. I bought this fabric and it was right next to each other the way I had it stored, because I did want to do this. So now let's see, we can have, hi Vanessa, thank you so much. You're always here with me on my live streams. Thank you so much. So I'm doing It's a Date for Francie. So right now I am going to put the middle and kind of take it so it is almost there. So I'm only going to do very little gathering here in the top. So you don't have to see what I did. I just went straight ahead. And we only need to do very little. So this is going to give us a very pretty little gathering on the sleeve. And do you see how the sleeve is already taking shape? Don't need too much. And then once I'm here, it is loose, and that is going to let me do some adjustments. Okay, this part you have to go at it, you know, slow. Okay. If I go at it, I'm just a little bit short, so I am going to loosen it up just a a little bit. And now I should have enough. And you see that? I just barely have enough right there. Oops. Let's do that little. And we're going to ease this up here. There we go. Okay, there we go. See that? So now we're going to do the other one. And going to design the collar. All right, so let's see. Now that I'm here, I'm kind of giving myself a visual. I need a little bit to loosen this up a bit, just a little bit. I kind of gauge it when I do this. So there, that should be enough. All right. So let's do the test here again. We're going to sit you down. I like the dolls with short hair for this reason, because it's so easy just to put on the clothes, try them on as our model, and look how perfect that is. Right at the shoulder area. And oops. See that right there? It's kind of hard to do this, but by the time I sew, it's going to be right there. So it's a little bit long, so I'm going to be mindful to sew it like right there so that I can fold it out. Or yeah, so we can fold it out and have our own little sleeve. Okay, just cleaned it up. And I'm going to design. Oh, I need another pencil. So here I am going to be designing the collar. I do this so that I know that this is where the top of the shoulder is, and I'm doing this so that I put down. This is going to be folding like this. So it's going to be fold like this. So there. So this is the middle. And I am looking needs to be more over here. And I don't know how the back is, so I'm going to do that right there. So I'm going to, once I have my design, I'm going to give myself this right here for the for the sewing and here. So there it is. There. There is my collar, and I'm going to put it right here. Actually, this is going to be for vinyl. So I am not going to add, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this and there. And right here. So this is the actual design. And this is going to be the tricky part. Actually, I'm going to cut it just one. And then just place it on the shirt. Okay, so here is my little drawing. So let's pretend this is what it's going to look like. All right, I think I can cut this. So it's going to be right around here. And I'm glad I'm doing this because I get to see that there is the middle part. And I need to make this a little bit longer because it doesn't go all the way around. So let's go back to the drawing board. So I am happy with how this came out because this is right here. Oh, I need to sharpen this one too. So this needs to be made a little bit longer right here. So let's try that one. So doing this is a process of going back to the drawing board. Okay, so this might work. So I'm already going to put vinyl in here because this is going to tell me that it's going to be an exact cut. Oh, I need to fix that, but let's see how this looks like. So this is going to go like this, right here. And what I want to know is how does it look over here? So perfect. Look at that. Right there. So this is going to work out, and I'm going to cut where I need to cut because we're going to be using this as the actual design for the vinyl. I have it right here next to me. So look at this vinyl. It's going to be nice and shiny. And I'm going to be looking at these little pieces here. that I can use right there. So do you see here what I do is I outline it with pencil and then do my cuts. And I use the best possible angle to do this. Okay, there's one, and I need to cut the opposite. Do I have enough here? Oh, look at that. I have enough right here, and it's very heavy, so it's pulling on me. So I am going to put it right here. And there it is. So I am going to put that there. And I am so careful when I do this. I am cutting it away from the camera because it is so heavy. But then I'm going to cut it right on the screen. Okay, there it is. I'm moving my vinyl. So here we go. So I'm giving myself a little bit extra room from my own design. I should have gone a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to put it side by side to make sure that they are both equal. All right, so this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, this is what I am mainly concerned about here. So, see there, I need to make this nice and smooth here. This is hard here. This is a hard part. This is okay to have this kind of like this, because this is where I'm going to be sewing. So I'm moving all this stuff here. This is where it matters, right in here. See that? Right in there. I'm going to try to put this here. And then I'm going to try to put this here as well. That looks like it's in the middle. And it is very hard to do this. But once you try it out, you're going to want to keep on doing this. So that looks like it's right in the middle. And I'm looking at the bottom to make sure that it is even. So now I'm going to sew it. And when you're sewing vinyl, you have to be very careful. Use big stitching. Make sure that it is where you want it to be, because if you take it out, you're going to have holes. You're going to have holes in the vinyl. So I'm sewing it like this to keep it in place. And I'm very careful not to sew on the... All right, there we go. So you see how I left that hole there? It's okay, because we're going to turn this inside out. I think my cat opened the door. So the stitching is only there to keep it in place. And after we sew it, we can definitely cut into this, but that's going to be very tricky to go ahead and do that. So I need to bring this in more. There. I need to bring it there. All right. So I'm going to cut some over here later, but my concern is that they are straight here. So I'm going to be getting me some white fabric. What are you doing, kitty cat? And I'm going to be making a my own bias tape. So here is some white fabric. And see how it's stretchy? It's not, it's cotton. It's just that it happens to be at an angle. So I'm going to cut this. And get my own little bias tape here. I'm going to sew this in as an angle. Doesn't matter that it's crooked. You see how crooked it is? I'm going to fix that in a second. Okay. This is what I wanted. Right here, like that much. There we go. It is stretchy, so this is what I need so that we can do the collar right there. And I am looking at this line right here. That's my kitty cat. She's been good all this time, so she's probably telling me. She's telling me, Mommy, I've been good all this time. I need a mommy now. So you see how we have this here? Right there. Look at all this messy work. This is going to get covered. And that's what it looks like under the hood. But don't worry, we're going to fix this right here, right now. So this right here we don't need. So I'm going to clip it because it makes it bulky. So I am going to fold this around. And we're going to sew this into place. See that? And sew it like that. This is going to help to keep it down. Making sure that there's nothing there, and that's my dog wanting my attention. Hold on, Lilo. What do you want? You're hungry? Okay, so this is the tricky part of doing this, just doing bit by bit. So just concentrate on one collar, just one collar at a time, not the big job of doing this, just one at a time. All right, so just did the collar. I'm going to fold this around. And I'm going to take this little excess because it's still bulky. There. And it helps me to fold it over. So now I can cut this little excess here. And what I'm going to do here is hold it in place, and look how pretty this looks like. Gonna get rid of all this little excess. So let me give you a look at this. Let me see here. I need to make that so that I can turn it around. There. I am actually massaging the collar and the top, and I'm going to hold it in place by sewing. This is for the material of the collar, just to keep it down. Oops. Oh, must be a, that was hard. So I'm going to make this into a knot and then take care of that little knot that's there. I'll take care of that later, like right now. There. Okay, and this part right here. What I'm doing is I'm keeping this down. And I have such very little thread here that I'm not going to. So let's look at what it looks like now. And it is taking form. And then I'm going to hold that down right there. And I did say that I was going to take some of this out here. That's the good thing about vinyl. You can do that. Okay. So we have a lot of little threads everywhere. So now it's time to design this part right here. So that's my dog desperately wanting my attention. So I'm putting this here so that I can design how wide the collar is going to be. Okay, there. This is how wide. This looks like about an inch and a quarter maybe. So let's measure that. So I can't pay attention to that little girl. Okay, so it's 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. Lilu, calm down, baby. And this is what the collar looks like. I'm going by the design. There is a little pointy part at the end. So let's design that. The pointy part at the end. So these girls opened the door. I don't want to have the TV on. Yeah, people watching the TV. That's me coming back. Just dropping things all around. So, I'm looking at the design. This is going to be the 1.5 and trying to see if this is going to be pointy. So let's look here. All right, make sure that this is 1.5 inch. So it has to be 1.5. So from here to here. And very pointy. Hopefully that's what. So this is about 1 inch. Yeah, I think it's good because I'm going to sew that much in there. Hold on, Lilu. Hold on, my baby. Hopefully this is the design. So I'm going to cut it, make sure that It is. This is going to be a lot easier than the other one, than the collar. The collar, it always takes a long time, and that's just the case. That's just the way it is, because we are working with a little area. So let's get our little girl here. This is the part where it's going to be sewn in, and we want the back to look like the picture. So, and the picture looks like this. Let me see. How does the picture look in here? All right, the picture looks like that. All right, so I cut it right there. This is going to be, how our collar looks like. And I did it on a fold. So yeah, it's good. It's almost like what I designed. I just gave it a little bit more little room. So since we are dealing with a straight area here, and that is where it's going to be, I guess I'll use this one. I don't have any other little area, so I will draw it right here. So I'm going to cut one and then use that and do a mirror image on the other side. Okay, so let me see here. There we go. And this is going to stick. Actually, let's do this one. There. I'm going to do this away because it's easier for me to put it by my lap instead of having it there. It's probably going to be easier and faster. All right. And I want it to be straight. So I can do that later too. Okay, and there. So what I'm going to do is sew this here now. Right there where I need to sew it. And this little indentation tells me just where it's going to be. Right there. And the other one, we're going to use that as a mirror. Oops, 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 oops. I just dropped a pin, and I have to be very, very careful with my pins because I don't want my dog to be stepping on it. Well, there's the other one right there. See how I use the edge here? And let's see. All right, so there it is. Let's see how it looks on Francie. I might need to do a little bit of a change here. But let's see here. Okay, this needs to be up, so I'm going to change this. So I'm going to sew it this way. It needs to be sewn this way. So let's do it like this. So this is, it's going to be like that. So I just reinforced it, and it's going to be like that once I sew it together. So I'm going to take this and do the other. So I'll show you how this goes. So it needs to go like this. So when you open it up to this side, we are going to have the vinyl facing that way. So let's do this. So if you're going to be doing this, you can refer back to this part of the video. So now I'm going to put it out here and sew reinforce sewing on this edge, on this part. So now what I'm going to do is sew the top together. And what I'm going to do here in the back is get my overlock serger and sew this right now. All right, so let's see if that worked out. It was kind of tight. Okay. Kind of tight sewing that in. And now I'm going to be doing this side right here. Okay, where's my little... All right. Okay. I have a little situation here with my machine. So I have to do like a little Mickey Mouse thing. So it's not always easy sewing live. Oops. I have things happening here around me in my surroundings. So let's sew this now. See that? It looks wrong but once this is sewn, it's going to be like this. So let's get this going. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the top. So detailed, so much to do. There. We have that very little bodice. And here is our sleeve. So I'm going to sew this right at the tip, right there. And I know that it is correct, so that's why I double sewed it there. Have things falling everywhere here. Goodness gracious. I am not going to serger this because it is tight. I am going to cut it, and when I'm done, I'm going to use this fray check and put it along over here. That is going to hold this nice to prevent fraying in the future, because this is cotton. So all I'm going to do right now is just giving it a clean finish here. And now I'm going to do the other one. And yes, there is thread everywhere. And what I'm doing is matching the armpit. I had a I thought I had a pin here. Don't see it. So I'm going to be searching because I don't remember that I put it away. I know I left it here. Probably somewhere around my legs. So I'm going to put it right here, and this is where I'm going to sew it. And that's me doing a double take there. Okay, now I did do a mental note and I did put it away, so I'm going to look for it after this. So this one looks a lot cleaner. There. So now we're going to turn this inside out, and before I do that, I'm going to clip it here. And I'm going to clip it right here because we need that. We need that easement for Francie. All right, so I'm going to turn this inside out gently because I have the vinyl, which is, it's not soft, so that is going to be a bulk to deal with. So this is actually the easiest way to do this right now because of the vinyl. That is my cat trying to get in here. Don't want to damage it. And there we get to see the vinyl making the appearance here. So I'm going to use the scissors to get me a good footing to the vinyl. There we go. There. And here we go. And this is what we worked so hard for. And there it is. This right here is going to have fray check for sure. And now for the other one. So part of the thread that you see is on the other one is that right there. So again, I am doing this as much as I can on my own, and this takes time. So let's do the scissors and see if we can speed this up. I push it with my finger, as you can see here. And I'm going to put it in a way that I am kind of using the fold of the vinyl to get this out now. We're talking about 1/2 inch circumference here. And I am moving and pulling it with my fingernail. And I'm going to do the last pushing here. There is my scissor right there so that I can get a good grip on the vinyl and just gently pull it out. Ah, that got stuck in my nail. Oh, oh. Need to work on that one later on. So this is all going to have fray check. This and then the inside. And there we go. Just doing that for like a nice clean look. So where is Francie? I moved her. The collar and the cuffs. Look how pretty this is turning out. And look how perfect it came out here. So now I'm going to put her arms down. Put her down right here. And this this right here is going to be on a fold. And probably going to put the snap right here because the collar is going to be folding over like this. Look how cute this is. And it is getting twilight right now. So I have the Francie here, kind of adjusting her as we speak. I'm just wondering if, okay, there we go. I am moving her around here. So I'm tugging and I'm pulling, and once I do it, I'm going to sew underneath and in the back here so that we can have this right in place, nice and centered. So I did say that her dress was going to be a little bit below the knee. So I'm going to be getting my measure tape. Oh, I found it. Here it is, the one that was lost. So where or what happened to my measuring tape? I'm probably stepping on it. Yep, I sure am. Okay. So I'm going to measure how much I need from here. And I don't have white thread. I used it all. Otherwise, I would be holding this there. So I need 5.5 inches. Okay. 5.5 by, oops, I need to sew that there, by exactly 6 inches. So let me sew this back here. Because I am sewing with loose thread now, I am tightening it up. So I'm gonna sew this and keep it together here. There. 5.5 by 6. And we're going to be almost done. Let's see. I'm so loosey-goosey with my measuring tape. It's on the floor again. All right. So we need 5.5 here. 6 is what the dress is around here. I'm going to go over here. I just cut it there. Get my 5.5 inches and oh, my 6 inches actually. Let's check. So I'm seeing right here. So yeah, it's 5.5. 5.5 across. I think I did 5. All right, so I did that there. So going to, I don't know. I think that length is good where I'm at. So let's see here. My hunger is definitely working with against my brain. So I need 6 inches here. And it's right in here. So right now I'm cutting the fabric for the dress, and we are almost done. So let me see if I'm going to have better luck with the serger right now. Oh, Lord. So I have trouble with one thread because my cat broke what is holding the thread up, so I have trouble with one thread, so I always have to get me the thread that I'm going to be using. So there we go. Okay. it is difficult for me right now. So let me see here. Let me see. How or when am I going to be putting? Oh, the ribbon is just the ribbon, so I'm going to be doing the ribbon too. So let me see. So let's do the sewing. Are you excited to see this? I am. I should have done the ribbon because now the thread first because I don't have it. Remember? So this is going to be very exciting for me because the pattern has been designed and it is coming out so nice. I could use the shiny nylons that the other Francie is using for the shorts. Maybe I'll make her some tights because the style comes with tights. So that's going to be something I'm going to do later on. But I definitely need to eat something right after this. All I've had, like I mentioned, was coffee and 2 pieces of bread with peanut butter. Not even jelly, just peanut butter. Okay, I'm going to loosen this up here. And I will serger this part in here. I have to sew bit by bit because, you know, I have the top to deal with. I'm going to do this at a fold. Well, actually, it would all get fold, so. I'm going to make sure, look how pretty this is. So let's do this here, make sure that we are even and we are even here. And I'm going to do the serger right now. So that we can close this up. Okay, you crazy thread. All right, I just got my thread. All right, what happened here? All right, we got 2 threads stuck together. Thank goodness I caught it. Oh, my goodness me. There we go. sew this by hand because it'll look nicer. And I am making sure that this part is even here. And here I go. So I am sorry to make this longer, but it looks very nice when the dress is hand sewn. That way you don't get to see the sewing on the hem. So it's gonna be rather quick. Just want to make sure that I have it even from here to there. So let's do this and do this quickly. Okay, there goes the pin, making a mental note that I put it away. Okay, let me see here. Want to make sure that it is the same. And I'm going to get the ribbon and do the bow and put the ribbon in here. Oh. There we go. That happens sometimes. The thread itself gets tangled. Okay, doing that because almost done here. Hi, Holly Tea Time. I ordered some beautiful little clips from Holly Tea Time. She's making some beautiful items. Go check out her shop. But the hair clips are going to be perfect for my Blythe because she has a big head. Very, very pretty. So I won't be able to show you today because it's already nighttime and I'm going to eat. So that's going to take me a little while. But I do want to make a mention so that you can, if you see them, you're going to know where they came from. Of course, I'm going to tag her on it so you can check out her shop. All right, almost done. This is the moment of truth here. My thread kept on getting kind of like tangled, so I'm going at it slow here. There we go. So I'm done. Whoops. So I'm going to hold down her collar too. So there's a lot of little things that need to be done. And I do need to do this because it helps with the dress itself. So let me see here. All right. So the vinyl has a little backing that's kind of like fabric. So that is what I'm sewing. And you might think that I'm sewing and making a hole, but it's from the back. See that? Goodness. I'm just going to get me another piece of bread and put the peanut butter because I need to eat something fast. I was holding it, that's why I didn't continue talking. But I'm going to hold the back later. I'm only holding the front. I'm going to do this to the back. See there? To keep it in place. If you think the color is gorgeous, the color is looking so gorgeous. I hope that you can get that from your monitor. This is some of the older fabric that I bought myself when I was at the shop, where I was at the fabric shop. So I got the prettiest color. And I always say that I should have bought more, but I probably bought a multiple amount of fabric, 9 inches of each fabric. So here we go. Oh, we need to do the little bow here. Let's get the fabric. All right, let's get the ribbon. I got it. I see it. All right, I got it in my hands. So it's a pretty little, like a button ribbon. So it's around that much. Maybe that much length. All right, so that much length. So I'm going to sew this here now like this. So all these little things take time, but they make up the end result, which is a very beautiful dress. So my cat's outside. I'm not sure if you get to hear it. She's really loud, actually. I get to hear her from downstairs. And when I look at my video, I hear her and I know that she's downstairs, or she was downstairs. So I can't believe how her echo or her sound just you can hear it. So I am being very careful here. So okay, now do this part here. My goodness, I might, okay, maybe. miscalculated, but I'm going to heat this up so that it doesn't fray. Oops. Look it. It's stuck to my skin. It got burnt in my skin. I am really good with pain. Here. I kind of miscalculated, but it's going to be in the back, and I heated it so it has a strong edge. So let me see here. Hold that there, and that is going to make the bow. So I'm keeping it folded here. So I think I'm going to, who's going to model this? Well, I've been using Twiggy all along, so I think that it's only fair that she tries it on and christens it. Look at that. I went over somehow. Oh, this is why we have this thread ripper, but I am so hungry. I can't think. I'm hungry and I can't think. See, I gotta do this now. Yeah. And attach the bottom, and that's how I am going to do the look of that ribbon. And after this, I am going to do a short video. So make sure you look for that. Right now you're looking at all the work of how to do this or how it got done. And of course, it's going to be listed at my Ko-fi shop. Okay, let's see. So this is going to go right here, right in the middle. Put that there. Okay. Okay, I need to work on this a little bit more, so maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do it while I have it here. Okay. And folks, this is how long it takes to make just one dress. Oh my goodness. I am now making like a ton loads of mistakes. I know that I'm in the home stretch, but you gotta understand I am hungry. And I don't get hangry like some people do. I have a strong mental grasp with my emotion. So we see here. Okay. As soon as I hold this here, I'm going to fix the bottom of the little my goodness. Seriously, got to do this slowly and carefully. There. All right, so I think it is secure. And my thread is playing games with me. My thread is mocking me. Okay. So I'm going to put the thread in here and fix that little ribbon, the bottom of the ribbon. What happened, sweetie? This part right here. Or I might just put another one later on, but it has to look good right now. Okay. There, it looks good. And I'm going to do the snaps, the metal snaps later on too. So right now we are going to let Twiggy model this dress. Where are you, Twiggy? And I am going to have to hold the back with safety pins. So here is Twiggy with her dress. Actually, it's kind of nice. I don't think I have the green one. Maybe I do. And it's probably in my sewing studio. So let me see here. I am going to hold the back as it will look when it has the snaps. So that's what I'm doing here. That's how tight it's going to be when I put the snaps. So let's hold this in there. I am going to, oops, let me see here. I'm going to hold it down right here and sew it so that we can have a nice clean look. So, hold on, Lily. Oh, goodness. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. Hold on, Lilu. Hold on, sweetie. So I'm holding it from at the back right now. And I'll show you what the back looks like. It's just that it's easy for me to do it like this, hold closer to me instead of having it like a good 18 inches away from me. So that's what I did. That's the back, that's the front. And we are going to get to see Twiggy in her nice pretty mod dress. And I do like the length. There we go. And I do like her sleeves here. For a very first attempt with a design just made live on air, it looks really pretty. So I'm happy. So I'm trying to see. I am looking for a stand here. Let me see here. Put the stand here and get to see her. And so, and finally get to see her. There she is. It's hard to try to get her the way the camera is propped, but right after this, I am going to make a video. So I want to thank you for joining me. And let me put her here live. And thumbs up, a comment, and a share. Shares are helping my channel grow, and that's what I'm working on each moment of the day. So I'm going to set up the backdrop and do the video right now. Thank you, everybody. Bye.